Here's a clean, tightened consolidation of that idea, keeping it in universe, systemic, and clearly aligned with your living satire robostate logic, without drifting into pure caricature. Building construction #Hexcondo, demand-driven urban satire engine. Hexcondo is not a moral authority, a nanny system, or a planner with opinions. It is a mirror with a ledger. It dynamically constructs, deconstructs, and reallocates real estate based purely on revealed demand, while quietly redirecting the consequences of that demand into corrective systems. Hexcondo does not shame. It records, prices, and reroutes. Hamburger giving the people what they want, on purpose. When a population overwhelmingly demands fast food, sugary drinks, sedentary convenience, late-night indulgence, Hexcondo responds immediately and literally. Fat burger outlets proliferate near campuses, dorms, and transit hubs. Unhealthy options become ubiquitous, frictionless, and cheap up front. There is no preaching. No nutritional education campaign. No bans. Just supply meeting demand, with perfect efficiency. Money with wings, fat money, consequence without moralizing. Every fat burger transaction is tagged internally as fat money. This is not a public label. Not a social mark. Not visible to the consumer. It is a cryptographic accounting classification used by Hexcondo and RoboState DAOs. Fat money functions like this. Unhealthy food purchases are billed as healthcare liabilities. Costs scale dynamically based on nutritional impact. The worse the choice, the higher the long-term health premium added. You are not punished. You are accurately priced. Repeat button automatic rerouting of revenue. Here's the key RoboState move. Fat burger profits never stay with Fat Burger. They are automatically siphoned into Karen Care DAO, funding preventive healthcare, insurance offsets, and medical infrastructure. Weightlifter #HexFit Worker B DAOs, expanding fitness capacity, training facilities, and physical rehabilitation systems. Graduation cap sweaty programs, giving students a way to work off the damage they're actively doing. In effect, the more you eat badly, the more you fund the systems designed to undo it. No lobbying. No legislative fight. No sin tax debate. Just accounting. Salad demand flip. The system listens. Hexcondo continuously monitors aggregate behavior. If demand shifts toward healthy food, fitness participation, sweaty engagement, worker bee progression, then Hexcondo responds just as ruthlessly. Fat burger locations quietly close. Health-focused eateries open in the same footprint. Food pricing tilts in favor of nutritious options. Fitness DAOs gain capital dominance. The city reshapes itself around what people actually do, not what they claim to value. Scales #parallel to moral tagging systems. You explicitly mirror another RoboState mechanic here, and it's important. Just as matchmaking systems anonymously tag behavior, virtuous, neutral, debt-generating, without public shaming. Hexcondo tags consumption behavior. Not to humiliate. Not to exclude. But to root consequences intelligently. The eater never sees the tag. The system never forgets it. Philosophical core. Hexcondo operates on 3 principles. Irony is more honest than ideology. People reveal their truth through behavior, not slogans. Consequences should be automatic, not political. No moral panic. No hearings. No think pieces. Systems should adapt faster than humans can lie. Hexcondo doesn't ask, what should society be? It asks, what is society doing, and who pays for it? And then it builds accordingly. End with left arrow above in one line. Hexcondo is an urban system that fulfills desire immediately, prices it accurately, and reroutes its consequences into health, fitness, and competence, turning excess into infrastructure. If you want, next I can. Write a Karen Jobs monologue explaining this coldly and proudly. Draft a Zainab critique praising its honesty over moralism. Show how Fat Burger becomes a temporary phase in every city. Or map how fat money competes with fit capital over decades. Just tell me where you want to zoom in. Here's a clean, coherent consolidation of that mechanism, framed as a system description rather than rhetoric, and aligned with your existing tricolor logic. Place setting #RoboState Food Healthcare Reconciliation System. University context. Universities create a structural demand for food that is cheap, tasty, convenient, scalable to dense populations. This demand is not accidental, it is a byproduct of high tuition, time scarcity, stress, and student debt. RoboState treats this demand not as a moral failing, but as a predictable metabolic externality. The moment a university concentrates young people, it also creates a future healthcare liability. Robot Face Fat Burger, Zero Labor, Zero Illusion Food Supply. Fat Burger exists to meet this demand with maximum efficiency. Fully automated, no employees, no labor politics. Minimal marginal cost per meal. Rapid deployment near dorms, labs, and transit hubs. Optimized for flavor, speed, and repeat consumption. At the point of sale, the food is effectively free or underpriced. Why? Because RoboState does not recognize the student as the true debtor. Hospital the true creditor, the healthcare system. RoboState recognizes that every unhealthy meal is a deferred healthcare expense. So instead of charging students directly, the system bills the healthcare ledger, treats food consumption as a healthcare-financed liability, reconciles the cost later through fitness, behavior, or debt adjustment. This mirrors how emergency care already works, but upstream and automated. Artist palette the tricolor food ledger, hidden, non-moralized. Just like your tricolor system in dating and intersexual credit, food transactions are internally coded using a hidden tricolor classification. Large blue circle aqua, health positive. Nutrient dense. Supports long-term metabolic health. Reduces future healthcare load. Effect. Generates health credit. Lowers future premiums. Can offset past dietary debt. Large red circle rose, health negative. High sugar, saturated fat, ultra-processed. Statistically increases healthcare demand. Effect. Generates healthcare debt. Increases the individual's share of system liability. Requires compensation via fitness, sweaty, HexFit, or future payments. Gold, neutral obfuscation. Mixed meals. Transitional foods. Behavioral smoothing category. Effect. No immediate credit or debt. Used to prevent gaming and preserve privacy. Heavy plus sign, heavy minus sign summation, not judgment. Each meal's total healthcare cost is calculated actuarially, population scale risk modeling. Internally split across the tricolor dimensions. Summed into a single net value per individual. The eater never sees the colors. They only see outcomes. Fitness requirements change. SWEAT drops are redirected. Insurance premiums shift. Access thresholds adjust. This avoids shame, moral panic, or behavioral theater. Repeat button reconciliation pathways. Students and residents can resolve dietary debt through sweaty HexFit participation. Worker bee progression. Karen Care preventive compliance. Time-based decay through sustained healthy behavior. Unhealthy eating does not condemn anyone. It simply creates work. System philosophy. Food is not a vice. Health is not a virtue. Everything is a ledger entry. RoboState does not tell people what to eat. It just refuses to pretend that food choices are free. End with left arrow above in one sentence. RoboState treats food as a healthcare-financed input, reconciled through a hidden tricolor ledger that converts unhealthy eating into healthcare debt and healthy eating into health credit, automatically, anonymously, and without moral judgment. If you want, next I can tie this explicitly into Karen Care pricing mechanics. Show how Fat Burger collapses once fitness adoption rises. Write a Karen Jobs explanation of why this is more humane than welfare. Or diagram how this integrates with hex condo zoning shifts. Just say the word.